Everybody in? Ready? Freedom!
We decided to start the first ever St. Patrick's Day Festival in Nashville.
Tonight we are initiating Operation Kilt the Nuddies.
We are going to dress the statues in kilts.
I'm seeing black and blue lights.
Oh, there are cops?
Yes, there's cops right there.
Everything is going great. Then all of a sudden, the lights go out. They just all went out on stage.
Do you know anything about generators? Because they just lost power.
Every family has a story.
Our family is a lot of things.
We're dancers, artists, poets,
Wrestlers.
People mostly know us from our band, the Willis Clan.
Yeah, games up, it all went out the window, baby, what can I say? I wouldn't want it any other way. Let learn and level us. Whatever I do is 100 times better with you.
Every family has a story,
Yeah.
and this one is ours.
Jess,
Yes,
you got 30 seconds to come listen to something?
of course I do. The process of making an album, there's a lot of different steps. Sometimes it's a trial and error.
We're listening to this. We think we got the final mix, but I just want you to hear the transition.
Don't like it. That's me. The like stuff. That is what I don't like. Thank you for highlighting that so quickly.
All right, so Jared, if she wants something less DJ-ish and more acoustic type stuff.
Jer,
Ma'am?
I asked you to move the car this morning, and now I'm stuck in the ice and I can't get out, and you didn't do what I asked you to do. And now I'm trying to get to my meeting, and the car's stuck in the ice and I
Did you
can't
have
get
it in
out.
four-wheel drive?
Yes, I put it in four-wheel drive, and it's not even budging. You guys do it?
Mom has to be able to deal with stress because she pretty much is always under stress with this many kids, and with all that we do, there's always a lot going on.
I may be able to get it out even without them pushing.
As if I didn't have enough going on with 12 kids and a band and a whole family and everything to run. Tried to figure out our plans for St. Patrick's Day, and we decided to start the first ever St. Patrick's Day Festival in Nashville.
My life is so ridiculous right now. She kind of flies by the seat of her pants a lot of times, and she just deals with things one at a time, top priority.
I'm down to crunch time like the last 2 weeks before my festival, and I'm learning the true art of multitasking. I thought as a mother of 12 I knew how to multitask, but this is just insane.
Jeanette has been really working with Joy in particular, but all the little girls on learning to play the Irish tin whistle. Jeanette never took lessons. The only really instruction she got was from Jer. And Jer really never got lessons on whistle either. He learned off of learning DVDs. Jeanette has taken the time to record a bunch of instructional videos for Joy and the other little girls. Because Jeanette is so busy with playing in the band and other things, she doesn't always have time to sit down and work with Joy in person.
I've been playing the whistle for about a couple months.
Do you have to play on the big stage with the big kids someday, playing the whistle?
I hope I get to play on the stage with the big kids someday.
We've got to finish our CD. It's been hanging out there, and I've got 4 or 5 songs done out of 13, and I just have to push the others over that finish line. And I'm hoping to get this done in a day or two, and we can go to mastering.
I think when my dad steps into the music producer role, that is what he is focused on. Not that he is, not our dad anymore, but he takes it as a job. I think it's good, because I think if he was still trying to be dad, it'd be like, well, I think you guys sound great, because that's what a dad's supposed to say, and we need someone who's going to do his job as a producer if that's what he's going to be.
I'm ready, let's go.
All right, here we go. So I'm working the console, and I'm in a different room. So during rehearsal, their acoustic sound doesn't interfere with what I'm hearing.
Guys, Joy learned the last part of this tune, and so I'm gonna have her switch out with me at the end, and the goal is to see if nobody notices. We don't want Dad to notice down there. Obviously, you guys see her up here.
So you gotta fade Dad out, okay?
But I'll play the rest of the song, and at the very end, I'll have Joanna play the last tune, okay?
Just, if she nods at you, just get right on the mic.
Yeah.
And show her how to get right on the mic.
Yeah, remember to hit that high note vibrato and to hold it as long as you can, okay? If you mess up, just keep going.
Here we go.
How did that sound, Dad?
Really good, other than a few Jared electric guitar moments, but other than that guy's pretty good.
How did the end sound? Like that last tune?
I love that last tune, Jeff.
Dad, I wasn't playing the whistle.
What were we playing?
That was Joy at the end.
Are you serious? Yeah. Tell Joy she has the job. We're booting Jet out of the band. Love you, Joy. I didn't know it was Joy, but when I heard that Joy was the one playing, that just makes me so happy. We've got the older kids, and then we talk about having our minor league system, our farm team that we're around too.
We started going to Irish festivals, and of course the kids, they loved the music. Gorgeous. Oh, they're beautiful. It just kind of blew my mind how much there was to do and all the little details that had to make everything work together for that day to happen.
This is where the,
Music statue is.
yes, it's closed all the way down to where?
The complexity kind of floored me. Permitting, and are we going to have merchandise? People want VIP tickets, food, people have to eat, bathrooms, where are the toilets going to go? There's a hill. Can toilets go on a hill? Porta potties go on a hill? I mean, I just started thinking of all these things.
What's this?
That's a building. We are renting it for a VIP area.
Okay.
I was planning things and didn't really know exactly where the money was going to come from, so I was extremely concerned. Toby and I laughed. We're like, you know what? Every time we do something big, we always bet the farm, don't we? And we do. We jump into things, and I wouldn't recommend doing it that way.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
When I first heard the timeline, I was like, ooh, I don't know if this can be pulled off. But I've seen Brenda work, and she's tenacious, so if anybody can get it done, it's her. Do not get caught, because we will deny that we know you.
Here we are on Operation Kiltanuties. Hopefully we don't get arrested.
When will I be alone?
We've been listening to the Everly Brothers for years, and we had the kids listen to it too. When they were listening to a bunch of their songs, they just start goofing around and they start singing them and playing them, and this one stuck for some reason.
I've been made blue. I've been lied to. When will I be alone? I've been turned down. I've been pushed round. When will I be alone? When I meet a new girl that I want for mine, she always breaks my heart in two. It happens every time. I've been cheated, then mistreated. When will I be alone? When will I be alone?
So we are getting ready for our Irish festival, and one of the things that we're doing for the festival is, there's right on the street where we're going to be holding the festival, there is a very large statue. There's 9 people, and they are all naked. We are going to dress the statues in kilts for St. Patrick's Day, but These people are all 15 feet tall, so we're working with some really big kilts here. It's going to be a lot of work.
10 years ago, National commissioned this artist to put up this beautiful sculpture. It's beautiful. This artist really did a great job. It was just really controversial because when they pulled the cover back, here's 9 buck-naked statues right in the middle of town. And the name of it is Musica, but everybody just calls them the naked statues. It just begs for prank. Everybody has to have that experience, you prank the school. We homeschool. We can't, there's no school to prank, so how about pranking all of Nashville, We actually can all sew, and so we're like, you know what, we can actually pull this off.
So there's 2 main projects going on right now. There's these dance costumes, and then there's the costumes for the big naked statues. And this project I'm heading up, and the other project Jen's heading up. Altogether, it's 85 hours of work. This project is 50 hours, and then the other one, obviously, is the rest.
I love sewing. All of us girls, from a very young age, would watch my mom sew. She made a lot of our costumes when we were little, and we were like, Mom, we got to learn to sew. You got to teach us how to sew.
I wish I could move up and do costuming now, like right now, but I'm not at that seat yet.
And where are you doing it? Around this white line?
One thing crossed off.
The girls definitely sew a lot more than the boys. Jedi's actually really great, whether it's sewing on buttons or, helping out with, little projects or something.
This is my life. It's like I tell people, I'm like, I was a wrestler growing up, spit, lift heavy objects. Now I'm sitting there, fashion consultant, whatever. This is a bizarre life, but I love it. It's great. Give me a stand. You look beautiful. Are those sparklers all over your top?
Okay, can I help you? Sure. You're gonna get me all the pieces that look like this one?
Let's see. At the very end of mine.
Jager came over when I was sewing some elastic together, and he was just being silly with it, putting it around his head and everything, and I offered to make him a mask out of it and cut some eye holes, and he thought it was a great idea. Does it feel like I'm drawing on your eye?
Yeah, you might have just gotten
It was really bad. And sometimes you just need a break from the work that you're doing and do something silly like that.
We are getting ready to go kill the nudies, as we like to call it. The reason why we do it at night is, the first reason is we don't have permission, and we don't want to attract attention, so we'll do it at night, so nobody knows who did it.
We didn't officially have permission to dress the statues, so there's always that sense of, like, are we going to get caught? And if so, what are we going to say? There's a lot of last-minute things that we needed to get together.
We thought there might be some safety issues because everything was wet. And, of course, the statue's metal. We were worried that it was going to be so slippery. Literally, we're not going to be able to put anything on there because we won't be able to get up there and actually be able to hold on to them.
Oh, no, we're missing one.
2 minutes, folks. We got to be out the door in 2 minutes.
This one. That's what happens.
All right, buddy, I get ready to go. You stay here. Help Mama.
There's no rain right now in the forecast. Keeping our fingers crossed. Well, 1 minute behind.
You're staying here.
All right, crew, we got everybody?
I still worry about the danger, though. That's the thing that scares me. Don't fool around, Jackson. Jackson, you are the reckless one, and you scare me.
As long as there's no, 16-year-old pretty girls there, we'll probably be okay. But here's the mission, if you choose to accept it. Do not get caught, because we will deny that we know you. Okay? But the goal is...
Kill the nudies.
Kill the nudies. Here we go. Everybody in? Ready? Everybody put their hands in. Ready?
What do we say?
Freedom!
Tori just left to take the kids to dress the naked statues, and I get a little time to myself. I just have the 2 babies. I'll probably put on a movie or something and just let them watch a movie and be quiet, and I'm just going to catch up on everything that I have to do for the festival.
Here we are on Operation Kill the Nudies. Hopefully we don't get arrested. Sit down and buckle up. Here we go. Get your foot out of my face.
He is fearless.
Stop seeing flash and blue light.
There are cops.
Guys, there's cops.
There's cops.
We thought we were going to get thrown in jail.
Please arrest me. I'll be a folk hero. Tonight we are initiating Operation Kilt the Nuddies.
We all wore, construction hard hats and orange vests and tried to look as official as possible.
Is this the longest ladder we got?
Well, if we just look official and we act like we know what we're doing, maybe no one will question us. It's amazing what you can do if you act like you know what you're doing.
Do we have it upside down?
The naked statues are extremely naked.
They're big. And when they're anatomically correct and all of a sudden you get close and it's like, whoa, you're a foot away, and it's like, I did not need to see that.
Hey, Jen, don't look now, but there's a giant black statue. Oh my gosh.
Don't look. I said don't look.
When I get up close, I try not to really look at the statues. It's kind of uncomfortable, but, that's why we're putting kilts on them.
Yes. Let's cover her butt. Joanna, nice position you got there, babe. Oh my gosh.
That is so awkward.
I'm going to show this, actually ready. No!
Everybody was kind of, doing their thing. They didn't get nervous or look around or try to run away when people came by. And so it is kind of crafty, acting like you know what you're doing.
We're mischievous. We get to do something bad, and yet, you know what? We don't damage anything. Nobody gets hurt.
We had all the different costumes for each statue in its own bin. It was labeled and everything. So kind of sorted it out, put all the people into teams and said, okay, you're responsible for dressing this person, you're responsible for dressing this person, and then we got to it.
Get any of the pins up. That you have to use them. That's awesome. So make sure there's no seams on the outside. You got it? Right there. And then just push it with your arm. So that's one down. Right here. Our man with the brooch. He's brooch man. And Harp lady is being worked on over there. And Shield man is still buck naked. So we still got a ways to go.
Mary comes walking up. She's looking around, and finally I just take the phone out of my pocket and I call her, and I'm like, hi.
Hey, I'm up here. Oh, he doesn't really like heights. I didn't say that, but I'm not really nervous. I just don't want to be up there.
She did not seem concerned at all that I was 15 feet up in the air, sitting on a metal statue when it was cold and rainy and windy, leaning over, trying to put safety pins while hanging on with this hand. Anyway, she was like, you're a big boy. Take care of yourself.
I think the full height of it is close to 50 feet.
The hardest thing is still to go. All the way up top. We still got a topless girl all the way up top, but it's coming along.
I'm a little freaked out, and I'm not even the one doing it.
Got all the way up to the very, very top statue. We're able to put clothes on that top statue up there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he is fearless.
I was not the one that went up there, thankfully, because I will admit I'm afraid of heights. But that was really, really high up, and I am so glad that we actually got all the way up there.
I don't know about... it just moved. Did you see that? Yeah.
Is it coming down? Yep. I don't even want to look up. We have kilts for everybody. We have shirts for the girls. We have an 8-foot-long sword. We have a shield that I think is 5 feet around. They're huge in person, but then they're just like the right proportion when you put them up on the statue.
Yes. Nice job.
That is perfect, John.
Some of the statues are in different positions, and so one really lent itself to making look like it was playing a harp. So we made a harp, obviously, and we put it in her hands. And then the one guy, his back is facing towards the street, and so we're like, oh, what a lovely place for a shield to be strapped on his back.
There are cops.
Oh, there are cops?
Yes, there's cops right there.
Guys, there's cops down there. You can't help but get a little nervous when you see police lights off in the distance. I mean, I didn't think we were going to get in trouble, but there's always that little fear inside.
At one point, we saw a police, car with its lights on. They're not taking me around.
I can run faster.
Kind of got a little nervous for a second, but it wasn't for us. They were just pulling someone over. So we were kind of like, okay.
Dad said that he wouldn't mind getting arrested because that would be quite a funny court case, and it would be all over the news. You dressed these naked statues,
I just please arrest me. I'll be a folk hero. That trial will be great.
I still think it would be a better idea not to get arrested, but that's just Dad's opinion.
It looks cool. Draws a lot of attention to St. Patrick's Day and the city. So it was a fun prank.
Dad, count out loud. That's your class of 2015.
There's so many people there helping. I think the picture that we took at the end, I don't know how many people were in it, but it was awesome.
1, 2, and 3.
that young, I did the exact same thing to my parents.
We made the mistake of showing them Feet of Flames.
Kids are so creative, they can have fun with nothing. We don't give our kids toys that like do things. We give them tools to play with, like blocks or Legos or trash bags. You know, we let their imagination run and allow them to do things. And wind and a trash bag is a cool thing. Makes them think of a parachute or, whatever. I think that's an important thing. I think a lot of kids today don't know how to play. I think they don't know how to take whatever's around them and imagine and enjoy. So I think if you feed kids too many, toys and things that do all this stuff, they sit there and they just look at it and it does all the work for them. To be honest, Toby and I didn't have money when Jess and Jer were little. We were poor. We were really poor. And so we didn't have the money to buy stuff like that. We did have some friends and family members that would buy, toys, just stuff. And we did learn very shortly that, first of all, it makes a mess. Second of all, they would rather grab a spatula or a spoon or something out of the kitchen. If you don't give them a lot of that stuff that does everything for them, they come up with things. I love seeing my kids just enjoy life and have a good time. It looks like it's going to be raining on Saturday, and so we want to be prepared with tents. I just sent you an email, and it has a mock-up of what the stage is going to look like. So you'll see the scrims on the
Mom really had a lot on her plate for this festival, and I don't think she really knew at the beginning exactly how much work it was going to be.
It's nice to have the schedule on our back. Oh, your mom is just such a smart person.
My mom takes on a lot.
I want to know if you have your whole costume.
Yes, I do.
I mean, there's the whole family side of things, but now at the festival, it's just insane how much she is trying to juggle and coordinate, and there's so many details that she can't let fall through the cracks. And that can be really, really stressful.
If you left there at 6:30, you would certainly get there in time. It's only a 10 to 15-minute ride, I'm sure. My kids were an immense help to me.
Like, oh, wow.
They have been putting up cleanup all day. They still need to be ironed.
Just because we have the Irish Fest coming up doesn't mean that we can just totally forget our normal schedule. So we're really trying to keep the little kids on track with their schooling and their dance and music rehearsals.
1, 2, 3, stop, drop, turn, up.
I'm just starting now to be a big brother and teach little kids.
Stop, drop, turn.
Me teaching the little girls, it's not every day you go down. It's kind of, when everyone else is busy, they're like, hey, Jedi, we need someone to teach the girls. Or before a big performance, that mom's like, we need someone to work with little girls. You go down there and help them.
Go. 1, 2, 3.
Jedi he's really good at teaching. He's very focused and he's good at leading.
Stop, 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 stop.
Jedi has taught us a lot of things. He's taught us he's helped with our dance and he's helped even cooking stuff. It's so weird. He can cook amazing food.
1, 2, 3, jump, and we cut at the same time. Then watch 7 steps away, and then stop right there.
The hardest thing about teaching little girls to dance is they don't focus very well.
You have to be right next to him. 1, 2, 3.
He's really good at motivating you and making you want to do it.
5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back. Back. 1, 2, 3, activation. Listen, girl, stop, stop, James, you messed up. Start again. Activation, back, 3, 2, 3.
There's been plenty of times where I'm trying to teach them something and they're just not getting it.
You have to get this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Why does someone always mess up the last one?
Sometimes it's pretty frustrating.
What? I always go behind you.
Jager and Jada have never had any official dance lessons before. Everything that they've learned, it's just been through watching us dance and watching videos of River Dance and Florida Dance and Michael Flatley, Feet of Flames, and things like that. And they just kind of imitated.
Who's Michael Flatley?
He's the one who did Lord of the Dance, Feet of Flames, all this really cool stuff. And that's what brought my older siblings into Irish dance. When they saw that, they said, "This is awesome. We want to get into it too." So it's really cool to see Jager and Jada try to do that.
We made the mistake of showing them Feet of Flames, which Michael Flatley is the main dancer in there, and in a couple of the numbers he comes out and he dances shirtless. So now Jagger thinks that in order to dance well, he has to be shirtless. So hence the shirtless dancing right now. When you do your front kicks, you have to point your toe. Right now you're kind of kicking like this.
That's what Michael Flatley does.
Michael Flatley does point his toes. So even though I'm working on my sewing project right now and doing all my ironing, it's kind of almost brainless work right now to iron. So I can still have the opportunity to teach Jagger and Jada and give them a little instruction while I'm doing my job as well. If they're interested and want to do it right then, we take that opportunity to give them a little bit of instruction and then take our hands off and let them experiment with it.
It's raining. On my party.
There's no question my biggest concern was the weather.
Oh, if it rains, then no one really is going to come.
So this is what it feels like, yeah. To forever in your hand. I could stay like this forever, wrapped up safely in your arms. Would I ever want to leave? I won't let go. Words rushing by, oh no. Time can't touch us in this place. I'm surrounded by your light. Oh, now I know. So this is what it feels like, yeah. To forever in your hands. So this is what it looks like, yeah. Gazing on the angel stands. If there's such perfection within this fallen world, I wonder what will heaven be like.
Even though we have Irish Fest coming up, we still have a lot of stuff to do around the house.
I'm going to feed the horses.
Caring for horses, I mean, I'm not the expert. If you want expertise in that, I'd be talking to Jennifer. You just gotta make sure that they're fed every day and make sure their hooves are always taken care of. Nice thing about horses is that they eat grass. So during the spring, summertime, and even through some of the fall, you don't have to feed them. You just have to make sure that they're not overeating.
Feed them every single day. We're gonna hay bale out because in the winter time, the grass really doesn't grow.
We have 4 horses right now: Bilbo, Pal, Comanche, and Honey.
I don't know what's wrong with that dog. Like, it just runs up and pesters the one horse, the paint, Comanche. And one day that dog's gonna get stepped on. I don't understand why it does that. Oh, I tell you.
No, really, Jared. I need that trailer loaded by 7.
I'm sorry, I am not.
Everybody's grumbling as they're getting up. Mom's like, you have no grumbling rights today. There's a lot of last minute things that we needed to get together, and everyone was, I want to say, a little anxious to get the day started and see if the festival was actually going to work out.
When we pulled into the festival, the boys knew they had to help with the stage. So they were there, and they were making sure everything got set up.
Yeah, move those instruments over there.
We got to the festival, and us boys already knew what we were supposed to do because we needed to unload all of our music gear.
All the ones that don't go underneath go right there.
Jared was kind of in charge. He likes to say he's in charge.
That's got to be set up somewhere. I'm not sure yet.
Don't even ask, man.
Knowing my mom, knowing her work ethic, and knowing what she would do to get the job done, I knew there was going to be a festival. My question was, how well is it going to go?
Hi guys, good morning.
Everything was so last minute. The festival was last minute, and you just kind of, you gotta apologize and say, bear with us to all these crazy people that signed up or just showed up to help.
This is really cool. Yes. I'm the one who designed them.
The morning of the festival, it opened at, 11 a.m. And, at 10:59, I was still hanging banners.
There was a plan. It was just a do as things come up kind of plan. It's raining. On my party. It's raining on my party.
There's no question my biggest concern was the weather. That is one thing nobody can control. It's a wild card.
My personal biggest concern is that no one was gonna show up.
Oh, my kids. I don't have any clue where they are.
I had Jake with me, and I had just passed my mom, and she's like, keep an eye on him. Don't lose him in this crowd. And he just pulled away and just bolted. I lost him like that.
Everything is going great, then all of a sudden, the lights go out.
They just all went out on stage. Do you know anything about generators? Because they just lost power. Toby kept saying, oh, I hope the weather's good, I hope the weather's good. And people kept mentioning it to me. And I kept saying, you know what? Whatever it is, I can't change it anyway. And I think even that morning, people were like, oh, it's raining. And I just went around trying to perk people up and saying, it's Irish. It's Irish weather.
And dang if people didn't start showing up. And some of them came with their umbrellas, with their kids in strollers, and they were like there to just camp out all day. And I was just, I was like, oh, I just wanted to go around and start shaking people's hands and be like, thank you for coming, thank you for coming.
When people started coming in, I started feeling more and more confident. As the day went on, I was just thrilled. Every time I looked out and I saw more and more and more people. And by evening, it was packed.
When it comes to Irish culture, we love it all. We love everything from the music, the dance, the clan, the family atmosphere.
So my Irish heritage is both of my great-grandparents who were born in a little town called Swinford in County Mayo in Ireland. I think the thing that I love most about Irish culture is the way the older generation takes an interest in the younger generation and passes all of the storytelling and the history from person to person.
My mom's been doing a great job so far. The festival's almost halfway over. She's been running around the whole time. I haven't seen her still for a single second. I have no idea where she is right now, but I'm sure she's put out some kind of a fire.
To me, it was important because it's helping the kids really establish themselves in Nashville. The connections that we made by creating that festival and the opportunity for them to have their own festival. I'm not going to own this festival. I'm going to give it to the kids. And I really want, in the next 2, 5, 10, 20 years, for the Willis clan to have this festival in Nashville and to be, like everybody knows, they're the hometown kids. What am I doing? Can you tell me what I'm supposed to do?
She redefines that tiger mom. I mean, forget the tiger mom. We got a Tyrannosaurus Rex mom. But not in a bad way, in a good way.
Oh, my kids. I don't have any clue where they are.
I had Jake with me, and I had just passed my mom, and she's like, keep an eye on him. Don't lose him in this crowd. It's like, okay, I got this. We were walking. We were 50 yards away from the stage, and he just pulled away and just bolted. And I was like, where did he go? And I lost him like that in the crowd.
Jager thinks he's one of the big kids.
He's getting older now, and he's getting more confident.
If he wants to go to talk to somebody, he goes and he talks to him. We've been in the backstage on the Opry all the time, and people are like, oh, hi, Jager. And we're like, we have no idea who that is.
But I do have to keep an eye on him because he'll just think he can do anything he wants.
We split up and we tried to circle around the stage and find him. And we eventually found him behind the stage and hanging out with the dancers.
I mean, I felt good because I knew, there was our whole family and I knew all the stage guys and everything really well. So I felt like he was in an environment that was pretty safe. Sorry to say something. Hear me? Yep, this is Brenda.
We've been asked when the performances are going to start in the VIP area.
All right, let me get on that right away. Jeremiah?
What's up?
The VIP area was supposed to have people coming through and performing. I need you to get that started. And then just start trying to get any musician that you know, trying to get them through. Because they're getting kind of annoyed that there's no performances in there. I need you to get your fiddle and start playing in there. People are getting annoyed. In the VIP area, remember I said there was going to be a jam stage?
Yeah.
People are getting in there annoyed. They're like, where's the jamming? We heard that the artists are going to be here.
Yeah, okay, wherever we'll fight the fire that we need to fight.
Thank you. You guys are awesome. Everybody worked really hard. I didn't feel like any of my kids were just like hiding and goofing off. They all were really excited and they all jumped in and helped in every way that they could.
heading into the evening, everything is going great. Then all of a sudden, the lights go out.
The lights, they just all went out on stage. And I was like, wow. Do you know anything about generators? Because they just lost power.
The electricity went out. Well, whoops.
Well, what's gonna happen? Are we gonna play with no lights? No sound system?
And I went looking for Toby. And I thought, you know what? He'll know what's going on. He'll be on top of it. I thought we were in major trouble. I really did. I mean, I knew it was a big deal.
When you're under a crisis like that, the highest priority is not to figure out what went wrong, figure out a solution. And sometimes you just, rewire things. We were trying different things.
They were able to switch things over to a second generator that was there that was smaller, and it could run partial power on the stage.
We got something working. And exactly what happened, I don't know. Show went on.
And the lights finally came back on. We were just like, great. And then we went right back into what we were doing.
Like a child, I was terrified when you turned to say goodbye. I didn't know if you would clarify, identify. Tell me why you need to go. I want you, I need you. I can't help it though I try. I need you, can't keep it all inside. Don't leave me tonight. No, turn off the light. I'm losing the fight. Don't leave me tonight.
Being able to perform at a festival that we created, it was an amazing feeling.
Yeah, my mom couldn't pretty much do anything.
She pulls off miracles. She just, she's got skills. She has a smile. Okay, I fell for this smile years ago, and that's why I married her.
Every time we do something big, there's a lot of stress, a lot of work, and our kids see us come through it successfully. It builds their confidence in working together as a team, and they trust Toby and I a little bit more. And a lot of times going through it, they're like, Mom and Dad, you're crazy, this is too much, we can't get it done. And when they go through something like that and it comes out well on the other side, they're like, I don't know how we did it, but we did it. And we're a team, and it creates memories, and it creates trust, and it creates bonds that we all have with each other. And I think as things get harder and more stressful, and we stick together, and we work together as a team, and we start learning we can depend on each other, it makes the whole family a lot stronger.
What are you doing?
Hanging out.
I'm telling Dad.
Like an avalanche. Watch.
Some people are like, how can you run the ship when Mom's not here? Hey, I got it down.
Do you behave yourself when your mom is gone?
No.
Music is something we've always enjoyed doing, but now it's starting to get real.
Oh my God, it's happening!
This is where we go big time.